I literally have a mustard seed necklace, okay? Famous quote. And people talk about a mustard seed, the smallest of all the seeds, but it's enough to move mountains. Now, again, I want to be clear. There's multiple interpretations. I'm not saying one is right or wrong. People disagree, lots of takes. But I recently heard this take, and I'm just feeling called to mention it here. You know, one interpretation that some theologians and rabbis and scholars will point to is, yes, it is true that a mustard seed is very small, but it's also a very, very persistent plant. Almost like if you can think about the kind of weed in your backyard that you can't get rid of, you feel like you pulled it out of the ground, there it is again. You did the weed killer that we now know is probably terrible chemicals to put in your lawn. There it is again. Mustard is one of the most persistent plants. Now, I'm not here to weigh in on which is it. Maybe it's both. But could it be one of the ways we're supposed to hear the mustard seed of faith is the faith that moves mountains is the persistent faith, is the stubborn belief that says, you shut this down, I'll pop up somewhere else. Not gonna work here, we'll find another place to make it work. Looks like it's dying over here. Oh, there I'm back again. Unstoppable, relentless, infinite, never-ending, with 9 lives and infinite potential and a comeback and a comeback and a comeback. Again, 3 days is just the starting point. And there's a lot here I wasn't planning to share, and I'm just going with the flow, but I really feel like some of us need to step into that kind of mustard seed faith. Not just the definition that says it's so small, but I'll work with what I got. But some of us need to step into a persistent, stubborn kind of faith that says, I'm not digging my seed out of the ground. I'm remaining planted here. I'm remaining grounded here. You can't stop me. You can't shut me down. The circumstances won't affect me. The weather won't affect me. The economy won't affect me.